Hi, Jewish Mom. There's a law that I'm pretty sure you've heard of. I didn't know the name until right now because I Googled it. It's called the Parkinson's Law number 1. The Parkinson's Law number 1 is that work expands to fit the time available for its completion. So meaning, if you have a lot of time, it will take longer to do a job. If you have little time, then the job will take like as much time. Basically, the job will take as much time as you have. A lot of time will take longer. A little time will take less time. And this is something that I'm discovering, and possibly you have discovered the same thing. Is that on these very, very long Fridays, it's taking me that long. It's taking me until 6:30 to get everything done, and it's all the things that I used to get done in a shorter amount of time in the winter, and now it's taking me a longer amount of time. So what I found, this Friday afternoon, by around 5 or definitely 6, I was completely out of it. I was so exhausted and so stressed out and so also kind of embittered. Why do I have to do this? And this is so hard, and feeling resentful of all of my family members because I'm feeling that way, as though they're to blame for the way that I'm feeling. So what I decided to do, I decided that I was actually going to do something to make myself feel better. When I was a long time ago, it used to be that when I was feeling down or exhausted or something, I would blame other people in my family and expect them to make me feel better. Expect my husband or my child or somebody to do something to pick me up, to say, oh, honey, I'm going to clean the house, I'm going to go and make you dinner, I'm going to, do something. Or my child would say, Ima, you just rest, I'm going to take care of everything. And I realized a few years ago, that I really need to take responsibility for my own happiness. I can't expect other people to make me happy, even though, Baruch Hashem, my family members oftentimes do make me very, very happy. But I need to depend on myself. I need to be proactive about defending and creating my own happiness. So what I did is I did 5 things. I decided I'm going to do now 5 things to spoil myself. So as soon as the siren went off, and in Jerusalem, there's a Shabbat siren to tell us when to light candles. So when the siren went off, I lit candles, and I said, okay, now 5 things to spoil myself. Otherwise, I'm just gonna I'm gonna bite off the head of every guest that I have tonight and every family member. So my goal was that by the time my husband came home from shul, I would be in a good mood and feeling nurtured and taken care of myself and my own needs. So I want to tell you what I did. It was very simple things. Okay, one thing was I was too exhausted, I thought, to put on jewelry. But I thought, okay, no, I'm spoiling myself. I opened up my jewelry box and I took out my Yom Tov necklace. I have a special necklace. It's a necklace that my husband once found on the street, and it's a beautiful, beautiful strand of pearls. And the rabbi said, a rabbi my husband went to, explained that because there's no identifying signs on this necklace, it belongs to me. He said, this belongs to your wife. So I love this necklace especially because I feel like Hashem gave. I feel like it's a gift directly from Hashem. That Hashem just whatever that my husband found this necklace and it was for me. So I only wear it on Rosh Hashanah or Seder night. But I said, okay, no, I'm spoiling myself. I put on regular Shabbat earrings, but I put on my Yom Tov necklace. That made me feel spoiled. Another thing was I told my 17-year-old that I was going to go out for 10 minutes to walk to. It's sort of the destination. It's 5 minutes away, but it's sort of my cooling down kind of destination. There's a fountain 5 minutes from my house at the Davidka Square. So I go walking there when I sort of need to a little bit cool down and get some air. So I said, okay, I'm going out now for a few minutes to walk to the fountain. That was the second thing I did to spoil myself. The third thing was I made Kiddush, and I sat down. I had a hot drink, my favorite hot drink called Chico, and then I read 2 articles from my magazines. I told you I get 3 magazines for Shabbat, so I read my favorite story in Ami. There's this really, really great story called Ashes. I think it's called All Fall Down. And it's really, really interesting. And so I read that, and I read Lifelines, the Lifelines column in Mishpacha. And so I did 5 things to spoil myself, and it's really true. So when my husband came home, usually I like to have everything ready on the table by the time he comes home, and I like to have all the salad. We have like a salads course. I guess it's an Israeli thing. We have like salatim that we put out for the first course, and I like that. Like when my husband comes home from shul, I have everything set, but it wasn't set, and I was just only beginning. But it was worth it. It was worth it not to have everything ready because I had taken the time to spoil myself. Also, I want to say that that before Shabbat actually came, and I actually also lay down for half an hour and really, really rested. So by the time my husband came home, it's true, not everything was 100% perfect, but I had really spoiled myself, and I was in a great mood and really feeling like I nurtured myself. I am taken care of. I am loved. I am happy. Somewhere that I learned, just to give you like once I read about the idea behind this kind of spoiling yourself thing. I read about it in a book called Comfort, Healing, and Joy by Dr. David Fox. So in this book, then Dr. Fox, he has a chapter, something about chocolate. Give a chocolate, get a chocolate. So he talks about a person who has a bar of chocolate, and they're always giving out all the pieces of chocolate. They're giving it all away. All the chocolate they're giving away. And he said it might be nice, the first day and the second day and the third day. You feel very, very generous, and you feel like I'm doing such a good thing, and I'm giving to everyone, and everyone loves me. But probably around the 4th day, you're going to want to eat some of that chocolate. You're going to be wanting to get some chocolate for yourself. And he said, like, it's a secret in life. One of the secrets to joy is finding the correct balance between giving a chocolate and getting a chocolate. You understand? So I think what I was doing this Friday was I've been giving chocolate the whole day. I was giving out bars and bars and bars and bars of chocolate. Not only for Friday, but like for the whole week. I was giving out chocolate. By the time Shabbat had come in, I needed to get some chocolate. And I decided, and I think that this is something that I highly recommend to all of you Jewish moms, is to give ourselves some chocolate. Don't wait for your husband to give you chocolate, your children to give you chocolate, your mother to give you chocolate, your neighbor to give you chocolate. Maybe someone will give you chocolate, but it's quite likely that no one's going to give you chocolate. You need to give yourself chocolate. Give yourself the chocolate. So with all that said, in conclusion, I want to bless all of you Jewish moms that this week, if you're feeling sort of run down, you're feeling like your gas tank is getting really, really near empty, I want to bless you that you should be able to do 5 things to spoil yourself. That this week, in addition to giving out a lot of chocolate, in addition to giving out a lot of chocolate, you should, Bezrat Hashem, be able to give yourself a lot of chocolate too. Kol Tov. Have a great week.